welcome to Bill's Bridge Corner, Wednesday, October 30th, 2013, class number 7, the opening bid. The opening bid is the first salvo into the bidding, and as such, there's a lot involved in it. Let's go to some of the basic principles of bidding in a larger sense. Principles of bidding. The system I'm presenting here is a so-called standard American. Now there are several variations to it, but this is a more or less standard. The first guiding principle is 5-card majors. If you open one heart or one spade, you're showing a 5-card suit. There are other systems that don't require that, and even artificial systems that mean things totally different. This is what we'll be talking about today. Because of the method of scoring, bidding has to be focused on the priorities in finding a contract, and as we know from the scoring, first objective is to reach no trump if that is possible, because it gets the most points. If you can't do that, the next choice would be a major suit, because it's second. And last but not least are the minor suits. We choose a minor suit only as the last choice. Remember, we're trying to reach a game contract, and it's easier to make 3 than 4 or 5. Bidding conventions abound. You'll find them everywhere. We'll be covering a whole slew of them throughout this class. The important thing you remember as you go through these is that whatever the convention is, you and your partner must agree and understand and employ those in a similar manner. Otherwise, your communication between you and your partner will become very strained. Also, to be ethical, any convention that you use that is not natural, meaning what it sounds like it means, has to be understood by the opponents as well as you. If it's not, you have to alert them to it by a convention court or by the word alert. We'll cover those as they come up. The sooner you have described your hand within the strict limits, the better partner can make informed decisions, and that's really the basis of communication as a partnership. Who is the captain? Bridge bidding is a conversation. He who has defined and limited his hand the most should give the decisions to his partner. He who has the most information about partner's hand is the captain, because he can make a more informed decision. As captain, you make the decisions or you ask the questions. However, as in life, on some hands, the conversation is two-way communication. What changes the conversation? Well, if the opponents intervene, the conversation goes from a two-way to a 3- or 4-way conversation. A lot of noise results in the process, so the conversation changes. Many of the conventions you agreed to are played, or aborted, or replaced by others after interference, and also new possibilities exist for describing your hand after interference, such as doubling or Q-bidding the opponent's suit. Opening in 3rd or 4th seat also requires some adjustment by not only the opener, but also by the responder, because a lot is known by a pass as well as by a bid. The first question you need to ask is, should you open? Should you make a bid in 1st or 2nd seat? Most of this will apply to 3rd or 4th seat, but let's concentrate on 1st or 2nd seat. The first person to bid or the second after one pass. To open the bidding in 1st or 2nd seat, you should count your starting points, which we covered, then add the number of cards in your 2 longest suits. If that adds up to 20 and you have 2 or more quick tricks, you should open. You should also open if it adds up to 21 points, but you only have 1.5 quick tricks. With less than 1.5 quick tricks, don't open unless some other possibilities exist, which we'll cover right away. This is called the rule of 20 or the rule of 21. There are other cases in which you should open 1st or 2nd seat, such as if you have Ace, King, Queen, 7th of a minor suit and nothing else in 1st or 2nd seat, 3-note trump. That must be alerted. It's called a gambling 3-note trump. Partner may pass, or if he cannot let the bid stand, he bids 4 clubs, knowing that you have a long minor and you either pass or correct. In third or fourth seat, you should have 2 stoppers as well. That's the difference. Also, with a 6-card suit in diamonds, hearts, or spades, and sometimes in clubs, 3 of the top 5 honors open 2 with a suit called a weak 2. You can bid a suit at the 3, 4, or 5 level with a long suit and a weak hand. At the 3 level, it typically shows a 7-card suited, but as I said, clubs is an exception because 2 clubs is reserved for a strong bid. Therefore, 3 clubs is an exceptional opening where a partner may not know if you have 6 or 7 card clubs when you bid 3 clubs. If you bid a suit at the 4 level as an opener, you typically show an 8-card suit, and all of these are weak hands. At the 5 level, it's unusual. You usually have a 9-card suit, but you may be 8-4 in distribution. In any seat, always open 1-note trump with 15 to 17 starting points, or 2-note trump with 20 to 21 starting points with a balanced hand. You can do that even if you're 5-4-2-2, if you have stoppers in the other suits, or 6-3, 2-2 if the 6-card suit is a minor, and all suits have a stop. But at the 1 level, don't worry so much about stoppers. You're better off to bid 1-note trump and hope for the best. Bids of 2, 3, 4, or 5 level are just like they're meant in first or second seat, but you need to adjust it a little bit in third or fourth seat. In third seat, be extra aggressive because the chances are that fourth seat is the strongest hand at the table. You want to really preempt him. And fourth seat, everybody's passed, so you only bid if you have a very good suit. You're no one to preempt in fourth seat. So as a matter of fact, a weak 2 in fourth seat is an opening hand, really, but it describes your hand as a great major suit. In any seat, an opening bid of 2 clubs is a demand bid showing 22 or more high card points balanced, or any hand with 4 or more quick tricks and within 1 trick of game in the single hand. As partner of the 2-club opener, you are required to bid unless the opponents intervene. Also, in any seat, open 2-note trump with 20 to 21 high card points balanced. Open 3-note trump with a long running minor in 2 stops. Suit stop, which is a gambling 3-note. It's a little different than a gambling 3-note in first or second position because you're showing some stoppers. Opening in third and fourth seat. In third seat, you should strain to open. The chances are that the strongest hand of the table is to your left. Now also, since spades is a higher ranking suit, you want to stretch, especially if you have spades. You may open up to 2 points light. You may also open with a good 4-card major suit. In fourth seat, you've got a little different situation. If you pass, the score is going to be 0. So if you bid, you need to think that you can outbid the opponents or get a positive score. Use what's called Pearson or casino points. It works this way. Start with your starting points and add the number of spades in your hand. If that number is greater than or equal to 15, make a bid. Which suit do you open? Work this out with your partner. Here are the recommendations. Generally, open your longest suit, but as in all bidding, always plan for your next bid. Whenever you decide that it's a bid to make, figure out what your next suit, your next bid is likely to be. With 2 6-card suits or 2 5-card suits, open the higher ranking suit. The exception is with spades and clubs. Open 1 club with strong clubs and weak spades with a minimum hand. It just works out better in the long run. With a 5-card suit and a 4-card suit, open the 5-card suit unless you would be forced to bid the second suit at the 2 level unless you have 17 or more points. This is called a reverse. Also remember that a great suit can be treated for bidding purposes as though it's one suit, one card longer. So a great 5-card suit can be treated as a 6-card suit, etc. With 2 4-card suits, open the lower ranking unless they're both majors, because you shouldn't open a 4-card major. Then open the 3-card suit, which should be clubs. With a balanced hand, 2 4-card minors, open the stronger minor. If you only have 1 4-card major and everything else is 3, open 1 club. You'll see why shortly. Now here's a little quiz. I'm going to give you some hands. You write down what you bid, and the next hand we're going to give you the answers. Hand 1. What do you open? It might be pass also. Hand 2. Hand 3. You can go back and replay these if you need to. Hand 4. Hand 5. Hand 6. Hand 7. Here are the answers. I hope you write them down. Don't continue until you've written the answers down. Hand 1. Open a diamond, not 1 no trump. Hand 2. 2 hearts, weak 2 bid. Hand 3. 1 spade. Hand 4. 1 heart. Hand 5. Really, the answer is 1 club if you follow the instructions I've given you. Some people would open it a diamond, not pick a club. Hand 6. Bid 1 diamond. When the diamonds sparkle, open a diamond and plan to rebid 2 clubs if you must. Plan 7. 1 no trump. Here's some more hands. Hand 8. Write down the answers. Review them in the next screen. Hand 9. Hand 10. Hand 11. Hand 12. Hand 13. Hand 14. You're in 4th seat. Here we go for the answers. Here are the answers. Hand 8. 1 heart. It's a great suit. You can treat it as a 5-card suit. Hand 9. Open 1 heart. 2 hearts. You might miss game. It's too good a suit. Hand 10. 1 no trump. Yes, even with a 5-card major. Hand 11. 1 club. You plan your next bid. You can handle any response. 1 club. You bid your best minor. Over 1 spade, you can bid 1 no trump. Hand 13. Pass. As Marty would say, too many quacks. You also only have 1 quick trick. It's not worth opening. Hand 14. In 4th seat. Open 1 diamond. The spades aren't quite good enough to open even in 4th seat. Well, there you have it. Tomorrow, we're going to look at the other side of the table where partner responds to your opening bid of 1 in a major. As you know, major suits are better than minor suits. See you tomorrow.